those of you joining us now on YouTube TV, we welcome you here to Kissimmee. We're at Silver Spurs Arena. It's 1-0 Utica City against the Orlando SeaWolves. So in position to clinch the Eastern Division title, but it's early. The goal from Tavernisi is 20th of the season. Jeff Radcliffe, Austin David, and our NASL TV crew. So glad to have you along wherever you happen to be. Utica City looking for some more. Ben Raymond. You can see after the goal, this City team
gaining a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, starting to feel it a little bit. Not in any hurry to push the tempo, just wait for things and cracks to open up. Off the window, Schmerman's hit the flag, and it will the Utica ball. Taking a step is Salas. Now Orlando on the move. Gerson pushed off the ball. Good defending from Vitale. Those numerous Syracuse natives. And Gerson, again, 32 goals, 21 assists. The most feisty player on this Orlando roster that has been around the league for a while. Alvarez leaves it off. Gerson will get a shot away, poked over by Andrew Coughlin.
Quick save there by Coughlin, popping it over the bar, but Orlando with another good opportunity in building, and only down one right now.
Coughlin, the Syracuse native, a 4.69 goals against average. That's one of the better ones in the league.
It's pretty dang good, especially in indoor when teams average 6-7 goals a game.
A big swing at it was Alvarez. And Schmerman commits a foul.
Yeah, they'll call that 9 times out of 10.
On number 10 this time.
We've neglected to mention the missing appearance of Yoshio Sandoval, who's suspended due to point accumulation.
And Liam Callahan on the other side, not on this trip. Former MLS draftee. Some talent missing on both sides tonight. We already mentioned Lubi Perapovic, who's until tonight was one of the trio of leading goal scorers until Tavernisi got his 20th.
I think he'll be okay leading in points and assists, though. Plus, his name's just kind of fun to say.
Yes. Slavica Lubi Perapovic. That one saved by Sliva.
Great save. And here come the break now.
Alvarez gets it out. There's Mendoza. No, off of the inside crossbar.
It's a great break. Excellent break. Just unfortunately, it's on Johnny's other foot. Prefers his right foot. Maybe couldn't wrap his foot around it enough.
Good recognition by Coughlin.
The thing about as an indoor keeper, you can be good at saves, but it's so much more than that to be a good indoor keeper. To have good recognition to when to come out and use your feet, be able to use your feet as well, just in general.
Lewis Neal on the ball. Orlando City Lion, USL and MLS levels. Just has played, with the exception of the games down the street in Lakeland, has played just a home-only schedule due to commitments as a coach. And the SeaWolves have been better when he's on the field. On the ball now. So much experience dating back to his days with Stoke City. Cruz. Into the corner. Huffman holds it up. Neal's in there. Huffman gave it a go. It had a lot of hot sauce on it, and it's out of play.
Huff bringing the stuff tonight, trying to get that one just in off the crossbar, but instead it hits the opposite side of it. Came a lot closer than I thought he would be. He was fading away on that shot.
Schindler, by the way, had the assist on the Tavernisi goal. 8-minute mark in that first quarter. There's 3:42 to play. It's opened up a little bit for the SeaWolves as of late. Huffman working hard against Stephen DeRue. And now a good hold-up play by Darren Toby, longtime USL player. Toby takes it into the corner. Sliva came all the way out.
Almost disastrous from Peter, but he read it well. Toby keep with it here.
And traffic turned over. Schindler, yes! He's got on a goal to go with his assist. Jake Schindler showing his strength and his technical acumen there. His 4th goal of the season.
Mazel tov, Jake. Great finish there.
And it's now 2-0 to the good for Utica City.
Orlando was building up to something good, and unfortunately now they're down 2. It's nothing in MASL standards, but getting one here before the first quarter break.
So many times, Austin, this team though has given up a
it has been a theme,
3 or 4 or 5 goal lead, and has usually fought back in games, but just ran out of time. It's been a bad habit. Goff back to Sliva.
Yeah, we've talked with Tom about this before. He says it's great to see them come back, but shouldn't be in that position in the first place.
He's got a bunch of players who will never quit. It's Thiago Freitas.
Speaking of players that won't quit, I mean, you see the giant knee brace that he's wearing on his left knee. I mean, he's been in some pain over the last month and a half just trying to play through it.
How about Schmerm's little spin cycle? And Raymond was not buying it though. To Mendoza. One ball from Sliva. Chested down. Freitas. And Rojas.
Chadwick just couldn't get a good enough look on a shot there.
Looking ball inside to Johnny. And picked up quickly by Andrew Coughlin.
Poor touch right at the end of it. Poor touch almost led Johnny into goal, but then the shot or the pass, whatever it was, just pretty harmlessly off.
Goff here in the attack. We'll race back defensively to help Rojas. A vital win there, unable to get away, it spins back. Dancing on the ball, DeRue. Didn't look troubled at all. Schindler. Raymond. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. 2-0 Utica City. Certainly not satisfied with that. Raymond picks it up at the point, brings it back to Salas. We'll play for maybe a shot to close out this quarter in style. And with the captain's armband, Nate Bordeaux. Captain going back to his collegiate days at Rutgers.
Great read there by Thiago, just stepping in, winning the ball back and bringing the foul. See if they can do anything with 30 seconds left.
Stuck for a half a minute. Cruz back on. Under 20 seconds. Sliva. Now they'll dump it in. Rojas. Bumps. No call there. Down to 8 seconds. And that will likely do it. Down to 3. Long ball from Sliva. And the field goal is good. The Chicago Bears could use him.
Yeah, He was talking. I've talked to him about it before. You know, he was said, when I retire, I want to go try out as the Chicago Bears kicker.
There you go.
In fact,
that's the actual team he's hoping for.
You know what? They just signed an Orlando Apollos kicker.
That's right. The now defunct league. Well, the first half is now defunct. For the Orlando SeaWolves, they trail 2-0 to Utica City FC here in this penultimate game of the 2019 MASL season. We'll be right back with quarter number 2. Back at Silver Spurs Arena in Kissimmee, Florida, as Utica leading Orlando 2-0. The goals from Tavernisi and Jake Schindler. We get set to enter quarter number 2. We'll remind you that outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. See what adjustments as we switch sides can be made here by the SeaWolves to get into this game. You and I were commenting, not much energy in the building really from really any point, really in the fan side or on the bench.
Yeah, it's tough when you don't really have anything to play for. There's no playoffs in sight, and you know, people are just out here to enjoy the game. But you know, down 2-0, it's not like it's completely out of reach for the SeaWolves. They've still got plenty to play for, and you get one back, and maybe that brings the energy back into the building as well.
Who said it? Goals change games.
From like every coach ever. But famously, Adrian Heath.
A big moment for him here this weekend, huh?
Yeah,
gets to finally walk into a new stadium.
Yeah.
Up at Minnesota United.
I really want to visit that place. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Allianz Field. A little baby version of what Bayern Munich plays in.
They have a brew hall in there too.
Oh, nice.
The other day they gave media a full gambit of flavors.
Flavors.
Yeah, they let them taste everything, beer included.
Brilliant. Wow. Takes the headlines away from Tottenham Hotspur, who has like the world's longest bar in their new stadium.
I love to see that everyone's building new stadiums, though. You know, it's nice, like for White Hart Lane, for what it was. You know, it had the history and everything in it, but you know, it has to be able to grow with the modern game.
Well, the returns are in. Fans were certainly impressed there, and I think they will be in Minnesota this weekend.
Oh yeah, it'll be a nice snowy day as well. It'll be a snow opening, snow opening like they did in their first ever MLS game.
A really important weekend here in the MASL too. A number of divisions have, for the most part, been decided. This is South Central is one of those. It's going to be Milwaukee and Kansas City.
It's like everyone expected.
That divisional round. That was decided 2 weeks ago.
I do want to give a shout out to St. Louis and the job that they did over there, because considering the season that they had the previous year to where they've been able to get to, it speaks a little bit to just what you are able to do in this league if the motivation is there and the will to get better is there as well. So you kind of look at that and you can say, well, Orlando, this is their first ever season, but you come back next year and you get better, you learn from your mistakes, and anything can happen.
Congratulations really to Everton and his crew there in St. Louis and the ambush, really making strides here in the 2018-19 season in what will be a very competitive division here next year. In the East, again, if you're just joining us, Utica City's, they've clinched their playoff spot, but should they win tonight, they win the division. They will finish off identical records with Baltimore should they win tonight at 17-7, but they'll own the tiebreak.
And I know a lot of fans in Utica are currently watching us. But we hope you're enjoying the broadcast right now.
Some interested parties in Baltimore as well paying attention. Still 2-0 Utica as they attack right to left here in the second quarter.
Too much space here.
Sleva makes the intervention.
Shakes his head. Not very happy that he had to. I think he took one in the gut just now. Almost another one there. Gonna clear it now.
Rojas unable to do so.
Inch to the left, and Gordy may have had a breakaway. Game of inches. And again, this is such a wide field. It's got to be able to play to its advantage. And Orlando, they typically practice at XL, which is more narrow and
not even half the size of this one.
Exactly. It's a little bit more of an adjustment. So, earlier this week they've trained mostly here just to kind of prepare a little bit for it.
Mendoza has had a bit of energy here compared to the rest of his team. That one off of the inside of the wall. And the rebound was handled just nicely by Coughlin.
The calming presence of Lewis Neal once again, as he usually does.
Whew. Skimmed by. Lou will come
almost
off.
Seems like every time that Lou gets the ball, he's just that calming presence that sometimes when you get too sped up, he puts his hand out and says, calm down, we've got this. And everything kind of slows down a little bit.
Rojas, and that will be a foul come the other way. As Daru slow to get up on the far side.
Yeah, it looked like Ozzy just kind of went in a bit too hard for the challenge. Came away with a chunk instead of a piece. .25 remaining here in the second quarter. Comes back to Coughlin. Now is a little bit of that high press that we've seen in spurts. Sleeping a bit there.
Chasing it back and cleared by Schmermans. You see frustration there on the other end.
Schmerms and Peter just having a bit of a kicked it right out in between his hands. You got to get it away as any way as possible.
SeaWolves and City, one of 3 games on the docket tonight in MASL later on tonight. And RGV in El Paso. And Ontario.
I think it's Turlock and Tacoma.
Turlock and Tacoma, that's right, as well. Yep, expressing the stars. And
Goodness.
There's goal number 3 with Authority.
Lucio Gonzaga, what a strike. Again, unmarked by the SeaWolves, and, well, you kind of give up that danger. But again, too much space. Orlando can't give away that space and expect to get away with it. Gonzaga
has his 10th goal of the year. 38-year-old from Sao Paulo. Now we're starting to get into one of those holes that we were talking about you want to avoid.
Again, we knew this was a possibility. Utica have a lot more to play for than Orlando does at this point. And their focus may be on tomorrow more than today. Still,
when you play these back-to-back, sometimes we've learned this year, you got to kind of pick one to really put all your attention in and then hope for the best on the other.
The likelihood of winning both back-to-backs is very low, statistically speaking, I think.
And Orlando has had a ton of them down the stretch. They had 6 straight weeks where they had one. Many of them on the road. Here to close the season, of course, why not? Let's have another one back-to-back Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, and even so, it's not even just the back-to-back. Sometimes it's Friday home, Sunday away, and you have to travel on Saturday. Yeah. So that feels like a back-to-back more so.
Yeah, you're playing here and then going to Milwaukee. Yeah, we're in the same division, but that is not an easy trip.
No, not at all. Got numbers forward.
Alvarez holds it up. SeaWolves need a spark here. 9:38 to go in the second.
I think Mario could have been a little bit more aggressive there. He had Gordy, he had Schmerman on the other side, and they were wide open. Plenty of space. He took it a bit too conservative. You're down 3-0. Go for it. Why not?
Setting up shop. Down low is Huffman.
Come on, Drew, take a shot.
Looking for his first goal, right? He's got the assist. There's no Drew
has
a goal, yeah. Needs the assist.
Great save again by Coughlin.
Denies
very
Alvarez.
Soft hands as well. As you know, sometimes those shots will take a heavy deflection, and that just kind of
like a wide receiver
very nicely.
hands,
Yeah. Well, that's dangerous there from Johnny. Great play from
Cruz. Johnny on the spot. Cruz taken away, and Bordeaux will be fouled. Felt the presence of Johnny Mendoza.
Orlando had the advantage numbers-wise. Now you allow them to set back up and push forward. That's another.
3-0 advantage. We're going back to work. One of our better teams on the road, Utica, this year. 7-4. Away from the Adirondack Bank Center. Held up by Mendoza. Off the window. Hoffman holds it up. Rojas can't get a foot in. Trying to chip it a long way around, and it's out of the building.
Yeah, I think solid. Looks like we'll have a timeout here.
The mid-quarter timeout. 7:38 to go until halftime. It is 3-0 Utica City FC over the SeaWolves. We'll be right back on MESL TV.
Yeah.
Well, Gordy Gerson and company, a 3-0 hole. We'll do something about it, and immediately turned over as we look to continue this second quarter. Goff a handball. It has been all City FC. One off the window. Schmerman in the air. Cruz trying to pull it down. On his grill is Raymond. Well, one word to describe Utica so far tonight is comfortable.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the best word to describe it. Not really too many chances for Orlando in the offensive end, and they've held most of the possession.
Move from Daru, whose nickname is Daru is on fire, by the way. Just love the team websites on masl.com that give you that fun info. Looking like a 1990s rap reference. Osvaldo's got the goal, breaks up the shutout. And Orlando's on the board.
Well, it looked like Utica may have gotten a little too comfortable on that play.
Rojas has his 23rd goal of the season. And the home side on the board here. See if that gives them a little energy. I think you made a good point there, Austin. You get a little too comfortable and feel you can do things that you probably shouldn't do.
Credit by Thiago to step in there to make the turnover happen.
Schindler. .09 to go for halftime. Sleva lifts it long. Huffman trying to control. He'll take it back past halfway. Edwin Rojas waiting for it is Huffman. Turns it off the wall. Looking to avoid the turnover. Here comes Utica City FC on the move. Bernice. Rojas to Schmerman. Got Alvarez. Another blondies on the team. Alvarez, how about this cutting run? 13 on 13. Yelovac got him. Been better for the SeaWolves here the last couple of minutes. Alvarez. Low to Alex Tarasteng, the referee.
Here comes the break.
Break on the other side for Utica City FC. A full head of steam is Schindler. And just like that, they get the goal back 4-1.
Yeah, you can see that coming. Just too much space, too much time, and great counter attack.
Looks like a rhino.
According
towards goal.
According to Utica City's Twitter, he is what is it? Most ambitious.
So, that's what he was voted on. Is the end of the year awards they had last week.
I would
before their game?
assume so.
A number of awards. It was a pretty good ceremony. Team MVP and such. Rojas down 4-1. He and the SeaWolves. Schmerman for the back stick. No problem for Coughlin. Coughlin, 25 years old. Played at Syracuse collegiately. Also Canisius. Stayed there in upstate New York. In the offseason works with Alex Bono. As far as training. Alex Bono, the starting keeper at Toronto FC. 3:48 to go, 4-1, Utica City. This crouching ball to Vitalik. Domenico in complete control here. They've conceded the one goal, but matched it immediately. Good reaction by Ryan Hall's team. Schindler has been the man of the match thus far. Moving it back for Yelovak. Schindler getting knocked down by Schmerman. Quickly the other way. The window and read by Coughlin once more. This terminology, you describe keepers as guys who can command their box. And that is certainly apropos for Andrew Coughlin.
He's very aggressive outside of the box and really attacks the ball anytime it comes near him.
Schindler's 2 goals and an assist tonight. Still 2.5 to go in the half. Ozzy looking for some help. I'm going to get rid of it to set the negative ball back. Rojas to Neal. Quick shift for the Englishman. Now Tiago along with Gerson, to your better offensive thinkers. Tiago jousting. Getting through. Brazilian. And upside got hooked. Got bettered by Yelovak.
And he just stopped. Probably was expecting the call, and when it didn't come, oh, there was a turnover.
Well, they're coming up at the half. Interview with Tom Traxler, the head coach of the SeaWolves. Or at least we'll see. But down 4-1, may not be in the mood. So the run up, trying to get the laces behind it and send it 15 rows up. So 1:21 to go, 4-1 for the visitors as they look to clinch the East. Orlando fans in Baltimore tonight. So looking at their computer screens, imploring Orlando to get back in this. 12 to go. One minute. No sense of urgency really by either team at the moment. Drew Goff. They're off. Drew Gerson. With dynamite. Take a bite out of this game. Headed the attacking area, but nobody home. Freitas.
Great little flip-flap from him.
Gets it around to the backside. Schmerman got a left foot to it and cleared away. 31 seconds to go here in the half.
From boarding, zip lines, and airboat rides to incredible shopping and attraction, this city features the staycation form for all ages. For exclusive area discount offers and more, visit experience the city
Huffman holds it up at the yellow. A little back heel to Schmerman. Tiago with 15 seconds. Spin. The windup. Schmerman, boy, absorbing it was Coughlin. And out of play it goes with 2 seconds to go.
That was probably the most awkward bounce that the ball has ever taken. On the follow-up shot that Schmerm's had, it went into the board and came right back to him and hit on the post of the board. These boards can do some weird bounces, that's for sure.
And an Astro Division ball plugged around a little bit after that shot. And we're at the half, 4-1. As the team from upstate New York, Utica City FC, commanding 4-1 advantage over the homestand. Dance party, Silver Spurs style. 4-1 though. The SeaWolves on the short end of a score line against Utica City FC. Second meeting of the season, first here in this building. And a penultimate game of this 2018-19 season, not going according to script for Tom Traxler's men. Let's take a look at the highlights of this one as Utica City out front. won 5 goals in that first half. Your take?
Need energy. Need lots of energy. Get some Red Bull in these guys. Get some Gatorade. Get something. Get them running around a little bit more. You've been passive the entire first half. Go aggressive in the second half.
See what kind of moves the SeaWolves have. We come back. Halftime show rolls on right after this on MASL TV.
Once again, love for dance.
Four 4-1 at the half. The visitors from Utica. The advantage over the SeaWolves of Orlando were City Football Club leading the Orlando SeaWolves. back at Silver Spurs Arena as Orlando SeaWolves have some work to do to get back in this one. First of 2 games on the weekend for the SeaWolves to close out this season. Utica and hate about the Major Arena Soccer League, depending on what the perspective you have on that particular night.
Yeah, and you look back at, like, you know, the South Central, right? That was one of the more competitive divisions in all of MASL. It came down right to the wire, essentially, with Kansas City beating out St. Louis and Orlando. But there were some great games within those series. I mean, Milwaukee only lost 3 games. This Orlando team was one of them here at home a few months ago. The St. Louis-Orlando series came down to overtime or a golden goal in the last 10 seconds of the game every single time. That's you know, a bit budding rivalry there. You've got the Florida series, which is the local rivalry. You've got, you know, Kansas City had some good battles. Orlando beat them in Kansas City. Unfortunately, they couldn't beat them here to keep their playoff hopes alive. But, you know, there's some good battles set up for next year, and I'm excited to see it.
We're getting set up for third quarter action. The MASL and MITRE share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. MITRE's Astro Division Ball is the official game ball for MASL League play. The Astro Division Ball, designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces, features a more accurate flight than the average ball and a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently here in arena soccer. Underway here in Kissimmee once more, and immediately turned over. No, rolled out of the long reach of Gonzaga. Wolves need to howl to get back into this one, that's for sure. Dudu Cruz. And now Alvarez. Ozzy Rojas. Across. A big wind-up. Rojas's shot was met.
It's a good idea for Gordy to try and play it out for Edwin, but probably could have taken it himself. Tried the turn and shot.
Edwin down the boards. Alvarez gets a turn, gets behind, and there's a foul.
Just in different ways, able to get around his defenders a little bit easier than others.
Alvarez on his right down the line, and that's not going to trouble Andrew Coughlin, 1 iota.
Probably could have shot it a little harder into the wall, look for a better deflection. Those softballs just tend to roll around the wall.
Trying to gather it inside the area. Rojas off the chest will turn towards the wall. Help coming in form of Gerson. And nobody made the run on the backside. (4-1) the score. Cruz, job shielding. Neal back on for Orlando.
There's the safety valve, Lewis Neal. Getting it right back to the keeper, letting him recycle and refresh the offense here.
Rojas. Ozzie has it taken away. Coming back to Toby. Darren Toby, time player in USL. The old Charlotte Eagles. There were some knockdown dragouts with Orlando City back in the day, 2011, 2012. Those that era, 2013.
Still a few players playing from those old teams in USL currently. In fact, Jorge Herrera, 39 years old.
Still going strong.
Still. He's been playing there since 2008, I think. In the Charlotte area, at least. Took a year or two off, but I mean, geez. Still scoring goals. He was one of the leading goal scorers last year. Great job by Mijatovic sliding in there.
No sense of urgency here from Utica City. They're in command.
And again, why not? I mean, you're up 3. Save your energy for the playoffs a little bit.
And they'll get some of the players back, too, off injury and suspension. So this isn't even the best version of themselves right now.
Again, the last time these two teams played against each other, the only time these two teams played against each other, was 10-6 for Utica. So Orlando kept it close. It's a lot more high scoring.
That was a Sunday game after a Friday home game here for Orlando.
Right.
In which they lost 7-6.
That was one of the St. Louis games. Came in the last 10 seconds.
And then had to go on the road against Utica in the middle of winter.
Yeah. I remember talking to some of the players when
Raymond.
Good save. Stay with it, though. As I was talking to some of the players when they went up to Utica, they weren't expecting such cold weather, even though, you know, the forecast said it was going to be freezing cold. A lot of the players didn't bring gloves, so they used their game socks as gloves.
Hey, you got to improvise.
Exactly right.
So
do what you can to keep warm.
Folks watching back in upstate New York are laughing at that one.
Yeah. We Floridians can't relate to cold. Sorry. Not to sound, you know, not to sound like that, but we do enjoy our warmth down here.
Our humidity can be oppressive.
And our 5 days of winter. That's what it's coming down to now.
We get down to freezing in Central Florida every now and again.
Yeah, no snow,
Frost.
though.
Yeah, not snow. Panhandle.
Yeah, Panhandle. That's the closest we'll get. Maybe with more global warming, we'll get some more snow one day. Who knows?
Schmerman on the restart. Tiago. Huffman holds it up. Tiago, a little heavy on the touch.
Could have played that off for Drew. He was waiting right there in the center. Looking a little bit more energetic, I guess, you know, comparatively speaking, for Orlando. Now here comes the press. Got to get it away quick.
Good work by Schmerman to get it to Goff. Has some space to operate. Goff head up. Right at the halfway line. He cut off. Tiago to his left. Schmerman to his right. That's where he goes with it. And trying to find the corner there and missed the target and hit the fans.
Like someone got hit. They're okay down there.
Yeah. You're not expecting that Astro Division ball.
Especially when you're behind the boards like that, you know.
You don't
you're
expect
expecting
it. You get your save.
Here's a chance now. Oh.
The other end, stutter step and just mistimed it.
Coughlin out of goal, and then the Schmerman foul on the other end. Lead called for the foul. So.
And another fan hit on the far side.
I mean, listen, this is what you get for looking at your phone during a game. You got to be ever present. It's like watching your phone at a ball game in baseball, right? You never know when a foul ball can come hit you in the face. It's got to be aware.
Great opportunity here for Utica. From Gonzaga, no. Got to hold it into the zone. Salas across the face of goal. Mendoza pounces on it, head up and nicks it down. Oh, Goff getting to the attack. Now Mendoza from distance. One hit Yelovak.
Somehow stays in play there. Yeah, I was talking to Drew about his off-season plans. You know what he's planning to do in the next few months. He's going to be going back to Sweden with the club that he was with before. They're in a promotion battle right now, so he's hoping to help them out a bit, and get them over the line, get them into the second division.
They're back in the outdoor game, correct?
Mm-hmm. A lot of these guys will go out in the offseason and play in the outdoor game. Unfortunately, timing with MASL and USL doesn't correlate
Sync
quite
up at the
well,
moment.
right? So you see a lot of these guys going overseas. You know, Gordy last year he was in Australia. A lot of these guys are coming over from like France, and Spain, lower divisions over there. Just because of the timing over here in USL League One, rosters are filled by now.
USL used to start a lot later than it does now.
Correct.
Rojas, goal! Edwin Rojas with third quarter. So goals from Osvaldo and now Edwin Rojas. Mexico City native. He grew up in those programs like Cruz Azul and Pachuca Leon. Making noise here, 29-year-old professional in the MASL.
This big timeout is brought to you by Orlando's newest attraction, Drive Shack. Combines the latest game technology with the great game of golf. To offer more
We reach the mid-quarter break. We'll take it with them. It is 4-2 Utica. Guarded, Utica City is conceded. Controlling most of this match. Raymond, nobody there on the back end to finish the job. Lewis Neal. Well, every team has a number of those players that played and were successful in the outdoor game. Well, that one just wouldn't come down for Huffman. There's always that adjustment period for players like Lewis Neal and Johnny Mendoza.
Some have taken a bit quicker to the indoor game. Look at Jermaine Jones.
Yeah. Landon Donovan.
I would argue
I would say Jones just picked it up quicker. I agree.
I feel like his physical build is a little bit easier for that.
Off the window. Neal got it! Yeah! Lewis Neal puts it to one. The magic left foot of Lou.
And who cares? Great moment for Lou.
Right in front of the family there. So Lewis with his fourth goal of the season. .6:53 to go And it is 4-3, back-to-back goals here for Orlando. They've woken up and looking to come out of the den a bit. One of the prettier goals of the season there. I thought there was no way he'd steer that back on. One of the reasons Lewis back playing in this indoor game at 37. So he high-fives his son Colby. Wants his kids to have a chance to see him play. England and MLS. That was all quality there. Looking for the response. Can they tie it up? A lot of life.
You see, and you see the energy coming into the building now that you've got it a little bit of a run going. Capitalize on it now. One
of the ongoing things this year is who is going to provide the scoring outside of Gordy Gerson. Right now, all 3 goals have not come from number 3. So what contributions are you getting from other folks? Now a turnover. Rolls it in, player down for Utica City. And off the mat is
we don't want to see that now.
First time we've seen that at home this year.
Yeah, red card to Stephen Daru. Wow.
Well, Alex DeRostang's going to have to sort this out, and he's going to hear about it from each and every player from Utica.
I mean, that's playoff implications right there. We got to see a replay of that to see what in the world the red card was given for. And
in all fairness, Stephen may have a point.
It was a dust-up.
Maybe a blue card. I don't know about red. Let's see.
I think Osvaldo came in from behind, and that I think. Yeah, Ozzy red card.
And that hurts because one of your best goal scorers is now out.
Yep. I would have said yellow cards for both of them, maybe. Because, again, red cards kind of...
Both teams certainly have arguments to be made. So for now, Daru out of the game. And Ozzy Rojas as well. And it will have to be escorted back to the locker room as well. So each coach now will have to change the sub patterns for sure at the very minimum. 5:57 to go. This game has gotten interesting. It was a bit of a sleepwalk through that first half.
We've woken up a bit. So
4-1, now 4-3.
Was there a blue card issued as well? And Heiner is serving it for Ozzy. And then Heffron for Utica is serving the 2-minute penalty.
Gotcha. Well, still 6-on-6.
Right.
So Heffron, 9, who hasn't played much this season, and kind of the backup goalkeeper tonight. Serving out the sin bin. 90 seconds to go now. Tiago. Nice spin move. Tiago gets it away, and he was denied. This Big Bo has been a force when he comes back to defend as well. Lifted long. Right at Coughlin. So 2 ejections, 1 per side. Osvaldo Rojas and Steven DeRue. Edwin Rojas back on the ball. Ozzie not available tomorrow now in the season finale for Orlando. Hurts Utica's. This is their final game of the regular season, but now have a playoff series to look ahead to.
Yeah, and they'll be missing Drew for that first game, which
Baltimore.
I'm sure Baltimore fans are pretty happy about that one.
And it looked like it came out of nothing.
It really did. It really did. I think it was just tensions boiling over, maybe just a little bit happening.
Well, Mendoza nearly took advantage of Coughlin being way out.
Handball on the ref. Stuck his hand up there.
Is that a penalty?
I don't think refs would ever call anything on themselves.
No. Alvarez marked closely by Schindler. Naranjo on for Orlando.
He'll get a bit more run out now with Ozzie gone. So now Derek, he's the only real target forward at this point. You know, typically a defender.
That's right. Well, it's been the case this year. Guys at the start of the season, you look really deep at that position. Luke Bowden hasn't been heard from since midseason.
It's been
Neto, who came midseason to replace, he's hurt and out. That will be Orlando ball. And yep, we'll get the restart in the corner.
Yeah, Bods, unfortunately, he's got wasn't able to.
Got married.
Got married, started a job, going to school, getting his degree.
Coaching at
college. Three different schools now he's coaching at.
Huffman, the top of the arc.
We got a player down. He took a shot off of Huffman's blast from the top of the arc, and I think that's.
Yeah, it's Tavernese.
Yeah. Courtney just walked all the way out there, and Tavernese just runs off saying, I'm fine. She's going to walk all the way back now. Get a little movement at least, walking around.
4-3 our score. It's gotten interesting. As Utica City has led throughout. Again, they win this game. They win the Eastern Division. Tavernese off.
He's not too happy.
And the restart, Cruz. Neal. And a good goal that he'll remember. Gonzaga. Schmerman there defensively. And the goals have really given the SeaWolves some life here in this third quarter. Down to Huffman. Be interesting if we see Schmerman come in as a target.
I mean, the way he's been scoring this season, I wouldn't
Like
be
that?
surprised.
Nearly got in the way and helped force the turnover there. Gerson. Schmerms comes off. Gerson gets fouled right at the yellow line. And he wants more than just a foul call. Gerson, 32 goals, 21 assists. And really all season long the narrative is who's going to produce outside of Gordy. He's certainly gotten the goals from Ozzy Rojas, who has 23 now.
Yeah, that's going to be foul on Gordy. Stagnated a little bit here for both teams.
Now, anytime you have a red card, it just kind of disrupts
Yeah,
and
it takes the
disturbs
air out
the
a
game,
little
huh?
bit. Any penalties play into it like that.
Now a player down, an advantage given. And Tiago back up off the mat. 1:47 to go in the third. Tiago cuts to his left, back to the right. On an angle to Mendoza, back to Tiago. Gerson zigged when he should have zagged, and will have to take it all the way back 90 seconds.
Yeah, and Utica looked like they were kind of giving Tiago his left foot because they know that he'll shoot with his right, but not necessarily with his left.
Turned over. Rojas has one goal. Have it at the yellow line. Good spell of possession here for Orlando. Cruz. That's Tiago to the right.
He's asking for someone to come get it.
He's moving without the ball. Inside the area, Mendoza.
All 5 Utica players just sitting in the
Yeah, they changed to
box.
keep everybody on.
Naranjo on now for Orlando. Johnny kind of playing a bit of a target.
That one from distance. Took a deflection on its way out. It did not. When Rojas thought it did.
Not a bad effort there from Edwin. Looking
He's yet to score a goal this season.
He has impacted many goals, though. I will say that
He does have an assist.
He has an assist, and he's been a piece of different goals. You know, not in actual assists, but go back and watch some of the some other goals. He's been a part of it, and he's come on late in this season, but he's made some big impact.
There's Naranjo on the ball now, along the boards, gets away. Keeps the run, getting each other's way a little bit. Mendoza falls down. One is blocked.
Yeah, I think Kevin got a little bit too selfish on that point. You know, he
heard us talking.
Yeah, he probably he wants his goal, and who can blame him?
Mijatovic.
He's another guy who also hasn't scored, but he has not played as many games.
Correct. He joined the team about a month ago, and time expires here in the third. Fourth and final quarter coming up right after this on MASL TV. We are back for the fourth quarter here at Silver Spurs Arena in Kissimmee. Jeff Radcliffe, Austin David. The game has gotten a little more thrilling as of late. 2 unanswered goals for Orlando as they tack left to right here in this fourth. Remember, you can get the latest on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you're following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and at MASL Arena on Twitter. Schmerman on the ball. So down looking.
Oof.
That may be a blue card. Schmerman.
Action has indeed grown this season. It's well, he's set. Penalty minutes. He's going to hit 22 after this 2-minute penalty, which is a career high for him. But again, it's a banner year in many respects for Richard Schmerman. In every statistical category, including literally games played, goals, assists, points, penalty minutes, and blocks. Every big statistical category, it's been a career high season for Richard Schmerman.
Yeah, had a suspension a couple of weeks ago for point accumulation. St. Louis native in the box here for the next 2. Power play for Utica City FC. 53% conversion rate for Utica. Orlando, 52% of the penalty kill.
It couldn't have come at a worse time for Orlando, being only down 1. But then again, whenever is it a good time to get a penalty?
Never. They're a quarter way through it, though. Salas coming out to Gonzaga. Into the corner. Help comes. Schindler can get it clean, gets a shot away. He'll track it back down. That one off of Saliva. Collecting is Salas. 1 minute to go in the power play. Rojas trying to clear. Getting away on the left foot. Salas sends it through. A power play goal. Mauricio Salas finds his goal for the 12th time.
Somehow snuck through.
Salvador, Brazil has been well traveled. For Ontario. Before coming to Florida last year. So remember the Golden Company. Goes where he needs to be hired. A bit of a mercenary.
Peter's going to come up and play a little bit more advanced now that we're in the fourth quarter. Let's hope he doesn't turn the ball over. And, well, almost did.
5-3. Schmerman gets a shot away. He was released from the penalty, and that went over the top of the bar. It's a tough shot.
Good look, though. Good chest down, good control. Just, I think if he had put more power on it, it probably would have gone down instead of up. He tried to just chip it in, if anything.
Utica City, 2-goal advantage, 12 and a half to go. There'll be a celebration here in Kissimmee. We will win the division with a victory here on the road tonight. Foul committed by Schindler.
Now they're going to call it on Gordy on Schindler. Riding his back a little bit on the challenge.
Certainly a size disadvantage. Nice ball from Schindler, though. Found the hole, and that one an easy finish. Clean up on aisle 13 for Bo Jelovic.
Yeah, Orlando just fell asleep on that. Plain and simple. Utica took the free kick quick. spot. Tap it in. You go from 1 goal down to 3 goals down in a matter of seconds.
That's what those power plays will do. Yelovic's 20th goal of the season. He joins Tavernisi atop the team lead here in this final day of the regular season for City FC. 6-3, they've wrestled control back after conceding 2 straight in the third. They've scored 2 straight here in the fourth. Thiago looking to answer. Rojas, the run-up, gets a shot away wide of the target.
Great build-up to that play, though. Tailed the shot too wide. Again, Thiago, the pinpoint accuracy on some of his passes.
Cut off by Naranjo.
Probably should have let it run to Edwin there. He had it lined up for the shot.
11:30. Get a hit on it as Huffman out of play off of Utica City FC. So we'll have the restart in the corner. 11:25 to go. As UCFC faced Orlando's best shot, furiously got back into the game to cut it to 1, but the blue card seems to be deadly. Sliva. Rojas again.
Oh.
Boy, absorbing it once more is Coughlin.
Sweet Caroline almost paying dividends for Edwin in the arena here. Sometimes you just can't help but sing along.
Thiago, step over. Will stay on the ball, right at the yellow line. Working one-on-one with Petrera. And draws a foul.
Again, Thiago, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's got great control of the ball, great movement, great ability to send players the wrong way, and may not do it the quickest of ways, but he's really effective.
Directing traffic.
Oh,
through,
right
Koff nearly poked it in.
That should have been a goal. Drew's probably going to kick himself for that one.
Toronto, the run back. And that will be wasted into.
That's going to be at top of the arc.
So Utica City will get their change. Good response here from Orlando. Just haven't been clinical finishing.
And you could say that that's been the story of the season for these SeaWolves. Close but no cigar.
Yeah, on the shots.
Oh, there's
11, and there it is.
As expected, Richard Schmerman.
I'll be back. The Schmermanator.
Actually,
11, right?
You know what? That is his career high. He was tied for his career high with 10 going into that, but that is his career high in goals now.
Well, congratulations to Richard Schmerman, and a goal his team needed with a little under 10 and a half to go. Yowza. A little pressure being shown. Vitale.
Plenty of time to go for Orlando. They got back into it once. Can they do it again? That's not a matchup that you necessarily want, though.
Gerson. Sliva up the middle. Oh, a dangerous ball. Herman to Gerson. Utica City coming off a 5-4 overtime loss against Baltimore. And the day before had a 1-goal victory against Mississauga. So close games have been the order for them as of late. Oh, and that will be a foul.
And a blue card.
Bordeaux will go to the box for the foul in the back of Gordy Gerson. We'll need to see a chiropractor.
Bordeaux near the board.
Power play for the Orlando SeaWolves, 42% on the season. Utica City, one of the best penalty kills in the league at 67%. So this is not a done deal by any means. But with 9:24 down 2, this is almost a must. Schmerman with the big swing. Gerson. Work by Tiago to keep it in the attacking fourth. Now Alvarez head down, lets it fly, parried away by Coughlin. Freitas.
Almost.
Cleared. 1:22 to go on the power play.
It's almost a dangerous turnover there for Utica. Left it a bit.
Alvarez lets it fly. Was trying to go 5-hole. Good defense by Utica City FC. Holding the shape. Head in.
Coughlin again.
Got just enough before it could get all the way to the other side. Cruz was waiting. 54 seconds to go in the power play.
Oh, look at Gordy calling for it at the end there.
Cruz can't get it to Gordy. From distance, Tiago.
Lean back.
Lean back. 44 seconds. Utica will be able to burn some clock here. He'll just launch it the other side. Schindler. Yeah, he's been a tough customer so far this evening.
Look at Schindler. He's just hopping with the ball.
New calisthenic. 30 seconds left on the man advantage.
So we'll have a drop ball here between the two.
7:54 in the game, more importantly. Orlando need 2 to level it. And they'll lick it back out.
Looks like that'll be our mid-quarter timeout.
So 7:53 to go in the fourth. We'll take a timeout. 6-4 Utica City lead. But Orlando is sniffing. We'll be right back. Ready for the final 7:51 of this one. 23 seconds left on the power play and a shorthanded goal the other way. will go a long way to clinching it. Gonzaga has his second of the night.
Seeded in terms of shorthanded goals, which is not a stat that you want to have. And considering there was only 21 seconds left in the power play, not a time to switch off.
He is now 7-4. And the comeback has gotten that much tougher. 19 seconds. Orlando to take advantage of the power play. Down to about 10. Tiago. It doesn't get better if you kill it off. Schmerman. Off to chase it. And the power play is expired. And now marauding forward is Schindler. Sitting on a hat trick, will be pushed back and be fouled. And a blue card to Schmerman.
That's his second. So a yellow as well. So he'll go into the box for 5 minutes.
First two will be a power play, and clouds starting to build inside Silver Spurs Arena.
Blue, so 5 and 2 and 7. They'll be down for 2 minutes unless Utica score again. And then he'll be just chilling. And that's unfortunate because he's coming off the free kick goal a little while ago.
Now the shorthanded goal, a killer. Utica City 7-18 away from winning their division title. How bad does this Orlando team want to fight to the end here? Salas. All the way across. Gonzaga is met. Coming through, rolling it to the left foot, saved by Sleva. Power play down to 128.
Look at Johnny making the run too.
A nice touch by Coughlin.
Boundless energy, Johnny Mendoza.
Still have 1:10 to go to kill off. Into the corner. And that one lifted out of play.
Tucked away along century-old Cypress Street is the start of something special.
Tavernisi trying to get his words in. Top seed in the East. SeaWolves still out shooting. To 17 overall. The power plays have been a problem. Have been costly to Orlando in both occasions. They conceded. It was Huffman will give chase. Huffman into the boards. 6:01 left in the game. 40 left in the power play. Or the shorthanded goal. Good job by Mendoza to come away with it.
Well done by Johnny.
Back. 26 seconds left in the power play. And Gerson will come screaming out of that box. And 20 ticks.
Well, this could be trouble.
Ball down in the corner. Bringing it back out is Salas. 7 seconds left on the man advantage. Down to 2. And here comes Gordy. We're at even strength.
Come on, SeaWolves fans.
5:09 to go.
Make some noise. Orlando.
Out of play off of Andrew Coughlin. And Orlando need 3 goals in the span of 5.
Normally Yoshi would be the one wearing that, but of course he's out tonight, so you lose a little bit in his versatility. Only, I think, 3 goals on the season, but I think he's got about 12, 13 assists.
Cruz and the SeaWolves need to push the issue and push it real good.
I see what you did there.
Alvarez. Gerson wide of the target. Alvarez. Back to the 6th attacker, Cruz. Thiago keeps it alive. Off the board. Good defensive work by Utica City FC. 4:15 to go. Keeping their shape. Body stop by Mijatovic. Good touch by number 2. Alvarez winds it up, but puts it right into the gut of Andrew Coughlin. And now the other way on the open goal. And Cruz able to get there.
Luckily, it took a backspin as it was heading over there.
Yeah, use the pigeon wedge. Alvarez at the point.
Got to get it into space. Can't play it against the walls too much.
Huffman shakes it off.
Stefan,
Yes! Stefan scores. He's got his first of the season for a SeaWolf. And he cuts it to 2-7-5.
Mijatovic. It's his first goal in MASL since he last played for the Chicago Mustangs back in 2016-17.
Congratulations to Stefan. Look, you've lost your target forward. And Osvaldo Rojas. Somebody's have to pick up the slack. We still don't have a goal from the leading scorer on this team, Gordy Gerson. 3.5 to go. 7-5. Sleva back out there as the game a little bit more manageable. 3:13 to go. Coming away with it. Now Naranjo will chase. Leaving it back. The wind up. Getting back was Edwin Rojas. Another apropos choice of music in the building. Don't stop. Relax. 2:48. God, is he just a beast? Yelovach. Our best hold-up players in the league. Off the window, takes a weird bounce. 2:29 to play, 7-5. Neal. Doesn't have any options. Goff off. Alvarez on. Neal off. Thiago. Look at the confusion with personnel right now. We have the sixth attacker on. 158. All the way out to Alvarez. Still behind that yellow line though. Thiago. Mijatovic along the line in front. Naranjo was close. Mijatovic trying it again. Jovic. 1.5 minutes to play. Naranjo on the one touch. Huffman keeps it alive. Thiago directing traffic. And front. Mitovic.
Gotta get the shot off.
Nobody wants to shoot. 110.
Oh, and they called a late foul on that one, too.
109 to play. Gonzaga Thiago wins it. Mitovic.
Gotta go.
56 seconds to go. Thiago. Alvarez calls for it. Keeps it alive. Mitovic.
Too much time being spent.
Gerson waiting in that box.
At this point, you gotta
Gerson
go.
calling for it.
Gotta shoot. Hope it goes in here.
Mitovic. Redirect. Score. Huffman. And we're tied at 1. Or well, down 1. Sorry, not tied. 1 away from being tied. They will get a timeout.
This could get interesting. Well, it already is. More interesting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get up on your
29.4. Just joining us, Utica City has been in control most of the evening. Orlando's gotten to within 1 once before at 4-3. And Utica, thanks to power play goal and then a shorthander, took a 3-goal lead, but Orlando has scored 2 to cut it back to 1 more time. Utica City FC can clinch the division here in their season finale on the road. Orlando has another game to play tomorrow against their rivals from Florida. Dumped. Good result there. 20 seconds left. Timeout called in the hands of Dudu Cruz.
There is time. There is time.
We'll take a quick timeout with them. It is Orlando down a goal, 20 seconds to go on MASL TV. Back for the final 20.6. A banner on the line here on the road for Utica City FC. Got the 1-goal advantage as time restarts, down to 18 seconds. Cruz has it for Orlando. Sends it long against the window, at least attempted to. Thiago down to 10 seconds. Huffman into the corner. Down to 7. And they will have the restart with 5.2. Foul call. Drop ball. Only a drop ball. Alvarez waiting in the back. Down to 3. 2, and that will do it. Well, Utica City FC are the Eastern Division champions. They
makes a game of it. They come so close, but it's just a little bit too little, too late. And they fall by another 1-goal scoreline.